So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And today I got Adam. He's the singer for the band Needless. They're a progressive death metal band from Hungary. And they just released a new album, Premonition, a few weeks ago at the end of May, like almost a month now. So, first of all, Adam, how are you today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. And I would like to welcome our guests and thank you for the opportunity to having me today.
Awesome. So, yeah, I listened to the new album, and
Mhm.
I know this is so you had an album that was a concept record back in I think 2022, uh,
Yes.
the Cosmic Cauldron. Uh,
Hmm.
is this new album Premonition like a continuation of that story, or is it a whole new story?
Not particularly. Premonition uh, leaves that kind of concept which was represented back then at the Cosmic Cauldron. So the Cosmic Cauldron had a um, concrete story from the start to the end. And premonition also has a main concept. It's about a contemplation regarding humanity on a cosmic scale, and that was back then the main concept of Cosmic Cauldron as well. What changed now here at Premonition is that this album is more like a classic one with a collection of songs based on this kind of idea lyrically, most of all, and but no particular story this time.
So it's more themes that correlate with each other than a full album, that are full.
Yes, yes, exactly, yes.
Okay. And for people who don't know Needless, you've been around now 20 years. Tell us a little, for someone who hasn't heard Needless, tell us a little bit about the backstory of the band.
Yes, so it might seem little strange that uh, we've been around for like 20 years or plus, but you must know that at the beginning we were merely children who played rock music and metal music covers from System of a Down, Pantera, etc., etc. And as we grown into adulthood, came the idea to create something which is us, so find our own voice. And that took about 8 to 10 years. So we started as a garage band, like every teenager back then in the early 2000s do. And of course, we started around 2014 with the idea to let's elevate this and let's find our own voice and let's do something which is us. So own songs, thrash and death metal mainly, and let's do some albums. And we grown to that level music as a musicians to make that quality which can represent our voice. Back then, that was not possible. So we our music was in between four walls of the rehearsal room, and that's a really good fact to have because we had to practice a lot to reach that level where we are at now. So yeah, this is why we had such a long time. We are friends, and the friendships fortunately lasted longer than usual, for which we are really grateful to have each other as friends since the beginning. Um, there were changes among the personnel of the band, but the core members stayed put. So So everything just like in those films, you know, where friendships last. So yeah, we are really grateful for that.
And how would you say, Adam, like your like you like your ability, like as a front man and as a singer, has evolved for you over time, like the technique that you use?
Mm, that was something which came from inside. There there was no there any kind of recipe or rehearsals in particular. So the basic circumstance back then at the rehearsal room was that we didn't have enough money to have great gear. So I had a kind of like 15 or 20 watt guitar amplifier, which I used for singing, and I needed to out loud the drums. So to be louder than the drums, to be heard. So that's where everything started, with the growls and the screams to become stronger, to become more resilient regarding throat work, etc., etc. And but that was nothing like a continuous streak learning or something like that. That was some kind of intrinsic need, which came from inside back then. So all the anger, all the frustration, all the energy, and in the rehearsal room, everything came out.
Okay.
And 20 years have passed, and yeah, I'm here now. I'm here now. Yeah. So
When you were writing like the lyrics for Premonition, like what's your do you guys work first of all as a band doing the music, and then you dive into the lyrics and the concept and themes that you want to discuss?
yes, music always comes first, and the lyrics can somehow find a way, or during the creation of lyrics, I somehow must find a way to the words to be fit as perfectly as possible, and in the same time to have some meaning behind them. So it's not just a gibberish which comes along with the music and sounds cool, but to have a some kind of content, you know,
Okay.
behind it.
So let's talk about some tracks from the record. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so you have two singles. Twilight, I think it's called Twilight Cradle, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that one, Twilight Cradle.
Twilight Cradle is the song about the inability of humanity to ascend to a higher level. Humanity always carves to reach higher levels in let's say consciousness, or in the levels of civilization, but we have intrinsic walls which cannot be demolished in that process. So we always somehow bound to some level of chaos, and chaos always gathers its children back. So it's basically a song about the inability to ascend, and the inability to keep the level which is livable for us in the long future. So it's kind of an apocalyptic vision about humanity, which is strives to ascend, but um, unable to do it, and reach a point where there is no return in that downward spiral anymore. So yes, that downward spiral is a cradle in the twilight, in the last ages of man.
Okay, and the other song that you had as a single is Derelict, which I think it starts a little bit of the record. So tell
Mhm.
us about the story about that one.
Derelict contemplates on a pretty similar theme like Twilight Cradle, but with the energy and the inevitable driving force which is always inside humanity to be bigger than themselves and to fight and to persevere the inevitable downfalls no matter what, and yeah, deny death and deny mortality and stuff like that. And this is a some kind of melancholic contemplation about that driving force which is inside of us, but seems to lead us nowhere.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the artwork for
Mhm.
the which is a pretty cool artwork, and we can discuss because it feels like a very outer space type of album. So here we
Mhm.
have the cover. So tell us what you guys wanted from the cover.
So my vision was about a warlock or a magician or a mystic figure who is representing fate, and fate keeps our dreams and keeps our ambitions chained down to chaos. So that's what you see in the cover. There is a beautiful citadel uh, ought to conquer space and the universe, but as you can see, there are chains here and there bound to the ground, the chaotic and apocalyptic ground to, let's say, reality. So that was the main vision, and we handed this idea over to Ryan Hancock, who I think did a pretty great job to um make this come to life.
Yeah, no, looks pretty cool. So for you growing up, were you a fan of like sci-fi movies and that type
Mm,
of outer space?
yes, yes, I'm really a sci-fi fan. Yeah, so I back then there were like 10 years or so, a decade where when I watched too much, I think too much sci-fi movies. So yes, I'm a pretty sci-fi fan. I'm reading right now books about space operas. I like xenofiction, for example, Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I also fond of astronomy and physics, just in the popular level, strictly in the popular level. So, for example, Neil deGrasse Tyson, um, Brian Greene, Michio Kaku, etc., etc. I'm really interested in the works of the universe. So yes,
Okay.
I'm really a sci-fi fan, a nerd, so to speak.
And that love of sci-fi then blends into your creation of music with Needless. So uh is there like was there a track on this record that maybe for you it was harder to write lyrically or maybe musically?
I maybe the one which is called Dark Epiphany. I tried to uh, to to reach some understanding through lyrics about the universe and the works of universe. And I have a really great quote. I think that's from Neil deGrasse Tyson. He told that the universe is under no obligation to make sense to us, and that's some kind of dark epiphany for humans, because we are wired to have some meaning in every single thing. That's our, let's say, evolutionary burden, to always search some meaning. But what if the universe doesn't have that meaning for which we carve for? And it is not obliged to make sense to us, or any of us in the universe. It is a completely different thing. So it is really indifferent to the understanding of humanity, what we try to make sense of out of it. I think, and I think it's a much grander in terms of scale, in terms of understanding scientifically, etc., to really comprehend. And in Dark Epiphany, I tried to get that thought that maybe that's okay. So we don't need to strive for understand everything, because there are some things which are way beyond our comprehension, and that's okay. But in the same time, we as humans, evolutionary, um, mm, strive for knowledge, and we always strive for reasons and stuff like that, and we always try to find some meaning which is understandable for us, because we have that existential dread inside of us, and we try to feed that beast. That's an evolutionary burden, but if we can't, that's okay. So we are a tiny speck in the universe, and
Okay.
that's all right. So that the ending of the song can represent or symbolize that cathartic moment when we find out that, okay, that was it. That was our dark epiphany, and that's okay. Time to move on and live our lives.
So for you, like when you write this, and what do you want maybe fans or people that listen to this record to get out of?
Anything they can. I think I don't want to take off that responsibility from my shoulders. So I think in the same time that music needs to have some kind of message which is pretty understandable and has its own borders and characteristics and stuff like that. But it is also okay to get different meanings out from a song, from a lyric. I get one of our fans back then regarding Cosmic Cauldron told me that at one point at the story, he didn't know from the lyrics what is actually going on that planet of crystals and stuff like that. That's the song Planet Oblivion, which is a pretty philosophical one. And I told him that's okay. That was my point, to have to get some meaning out of it, which is in part it's yourself, and that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
each listener or fan can interpret some
Yes, yes,
and maybe like it can mean something else different from someone than it actually means to you.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
That can happen, and that's the beauty of art in general, I think. So if you take the scene from 2001 Space Odyssey, the ending scene, that has had different explanation throughout the years, decades, and in the era of internet, each and every person tries to interpret what is happening at that point, but in the same time, that's the beauty of that scene as well, to make you think about what is going on, and take that existential dread, the fear of not knowing something, and makes you try to figure out something meaning on that scene, or try to get you in a state where meaning uh, mm, have uh, will have a different perspective in you, and it's pretty enlightening. I think that's the greatest scene of cinema all time. Yeah, that's a great one. So
yeah.
yes.
So right now, are you guys going to do some shows? What's next for Needless?
uh, we don't plan any big stuff. So, back then we received invitations for tours like with Flash God Apocalypse or Nile, but we are average 9 to 5 uh, persons with daily jobs, and we thought about this concert thing, and from this point with Premonition, we would like to do less concerts than usual, but in the same time, we would like to focus on more the quality of these shows, not the quantity. So this is the main perspective right now. So maybe some bigger festivals here and there around Europe, some bigger shows, maybe support shows, mainly at Budapest, Hungary, and we are all good. That's enough for now.
Okay. Yeah, obviously you have your day jobs, so you're doing
Mm.
so how can people support Needless? Where can they if they is the album, do you have vinyl copies? Where can they get the physical formats?
The physical formats are available at Inertial Music. They are our label. That's an Italian label, and they ship worldwide. So right now, Martian Red Marble Limited vinyls are available for the fans, as well as limited Digipack CDs. And yeah, they can also uh, listen to the music on every streaming platform, and everything nowadays the internet can offer. So yeah, mainly the physical copies are available from our label Inertia Music.
Okay. So Adam, anything that you would like to say to the fans before we go today?
Mm, Go listen to Premonition, and I wish them having a good time with it. So that's
Okay.
all.
So Couchers, Needless Premonition is out now. If you like progressive death metal, check them out. I'll post the link for people who want to follow the band. So I want to thank you, Adam, from taking some time of your day to speak
My
with
pleasure.
me here to Puerto Rico. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.